For millions of people, Google Photos is not just an app. It is the place where birthdays, vacations, screenshots, school events, pet photos, receipts, old memes, and once-in-a-lifetime moments quietly pile up year after year. It sits in the background of a phone, automatically backing up images that might otherwise be lost when a device breaks, gets stolen, or runs out of space. But behind that simple promise is a much bigger story. Google Photos is a cloud storage service, a photo-sharing platform, an artificial intelligence search engine, and a massive personal archive all at once. It changed how people think about their camera rolls by making photos feel searchable, organized, and accessible from nearly anywhere. At the same time, it raised important questions about privacy, data, and what it means to hand an entire visual history to one company. Google Photos officially launched in May 2015, but it did not appear out of nowhere. It was spun off from Google+, Google's former social network, where photo features had already been a major part of the experience. When Google separated photos into its own product, the message was clear: photo storage and sharing were too important to remain tied to a struggling social platform. This separation gave Google Photos its own identity. Instead of asking users to join a social network, Google offered something more universal: a place to keep every photo and video, organize them automatically, and find them later without manually sorting thousands of files. That was a powerful shift. It meant the product could appeal to almost anyone with a smartphone, not just people interested in posting online. The timing mattered. By 2015, smartphones had turned everyday life into a non-stop photo stream. People were no longer taking a roll of film on vacation, they were taking dozens of photos in a single afternoon. Storage on phones filled quickly, and manually transferring files to a computer was becoming a chore many users simply ignored. Google Photos solved a very modern problem: people wanted to keep everything without managing everything. The app offered automatic backup, cross-device access, and a cleaner way to browse the growing flood of images. A photo taken on a phone could later appear on a laptop or tablet without cables or memory cards. That convenience helped make cloud photo storage feel normal, even expected. Storage has always been central to the Google Photos story. Today, Google Photos shares 15 gigabytes of free storage with other Google services, including Gmail and Google Drive. That detail is important because the limit is not just for pictures. Emails, attachments, Drive files, photos, and videos can all compete for the same free space. Users can upload in original quality, preserving the file as it was captured, or in a compressed setting designed to save room. For a long time, compressed uploads had a special appeal because many did not count against storage limits. But that policy changed for most users on June 1, 2021. Now, uploads generally count toward the free tier, with some exceptions for certain Pixel phone uploads made under earlier rules. When space runs out, users can pay for more through Google One. That storage model reveals one of the biggest trade-offs of cloud services. On one hand, Google Photos can make a phone feel almost unlimited. Users can back up years of images and free up local storage, trusting that the cloud copy is still available. On the other hand, the cloud is not a magic drawer with infinite space. It is part of an account ecosystem, and once the free limit is reached, users face a decision: delete memories, compress files, manage storage carefully, or subscribe to a paid plan. This is how a free convenience can gradually become part of a long-term subscription relationship. The more history a person stores in Google Photos, the more valuable the service becomes, and the harder it can be to leave. What made Google Photos feel truly different was not just backup. It was search. Instead of requiring users to create folders called beach, birthday, dog, or Paris, the service automatically analyzes photos and identifies visual features. A user can search for broad categories like food, buildings, animals, or cars, and Google Photos can return matching images even if those photos were never labeled. This works because the system uses computer vision, a field of artificial intelligence that teaches software to recognize patterns in images. The result can feel almost magical. Type a word, and years of unorganized photos suddenly become searchable. For casual users, that removed one of the biggest burdens of digital photography, the need to organize before you can find. Google Photos search is often described through three major categories: people, places, and things. People search is powered by face grouping, where similar faces are recognized and clustered together. In some regions, this can include not only humans, but pets as well, making it possible to find years of pictures of the same dog or cat. Places can include location data from the photo, but also recognizable landmarks like the Eiffel Tower. Things covers a huge range of objects and scenes: cakes, forests, concerts, documents, sunsets, bicycles, or meals. These categories make the photo library feel less like a folder full of files and more like a memory database. Instead of remembering when something happened, you can search for what was in the picture. Machine learning also helps Google Photos create things users did not specifically ask for. The service can automatically generate albums based on a trip, a location, a person, or a noticeable pattern. It can turn similar photos into short animations or quick videos. It can surface memories from past years, reminding users what they were doing on a certain date. It can also assist with improving photos and videos, making the service feel less like passive storage and more like an active assistant. These features are designed to reduce friction. Instead of forcing users to sort, edit, and curate everything manually, Google Photos tries to predict which moments matter and package them in ways that are easy to revisit or share. Sharing is another major part of the product. In 2017, Google announced updates that pushed photos further beyond simple storage. Suggested sharing could remind users to send pictures to people who appeared in them or who were connected to an event. Shared libraries allowed two users to create a more continuous photo-sharing relationship, useful for partners, families, or close friends who wanted access to the same memories. Physical photo albums also became part of the ecosystem, connecting the digital archive to printed keepsakes. These features show how Google Photos tries to sit at the center of personal memory. It is not only about keeping images safe, it is also about deciding which images should resurface, who should see them, and how they should be preserved. The product was widely praised after its launch as a standalone service. Reviewers highlighted its fast performance, polished apps, strong search tools, and impressive recognition technology. Compared with manually organized folders or slower backup systems, Google Photos felt modern and effortless. The app's value was easy to understand within minutes: install it, let it back up the camera roll, and then search for something specific. That simplicity helped explain its rapid adoption. Google Photos reached 100 million users within 5 months, 200 million after 1 year, 500 million after 2 years, and passed 1 billion users in 2019. Those numbers show that the need was enormous. People had more photos than ever, and they wanted a service that could handle the chaos for them. But the same features that make Google Photos powerful also create privacy concerns. To identify faces, objects, places, and memories, the service must analyze personal images at massive scale. A photo library can reveal where someone has been, who they know, what they eat, what they buy, who their children are, what documents they photographed, and how their life has changed. Over time, critics have questioned Google's motivation for building such a service and raised concerns about the company's relationship with governments or legal demands that could require access to user data. Even when a service is convenient, the sensitivity of the information matters. A full photo history is not just a collection of pictures. It can be a deeply detailed map of a person's life. The scale of Google Photos is difficult to grasp. Google reported that, as of 2020, about 28 billion photos and videos were uploaded every week, with more than 4 trillion photos stored in total. That makes the service one of the largest memory archives ever created. Its success comes from combining several powerful ideas: automatic backup, shared storage across Google accounts, AI-driven search, automatic organization, easy sharing, and paid expansion through Google One. For users, the value is clear: fewer lost photos, less manual sorting, and instant access to years of moments. The trade-off is equally clear: convenience depends on trusting a cloud platform with extremely personal data. Google Photos is useful because it remembers so much. That is also why it deserves careful thought. If you found this helpful, please like this video and subscribe for more explainers.